Don't be duped by music. Some of it is gross and satanic. Learn to know. Don't just get covered with a tidal wave of stuff you wouldn't read. You wouldn't read some of the things that you listen to, would you? You wouldn't share that with your parents, some of the stuff that you allow into your mind because it's called music. Would you? No, you wouldn't.
Once again, I welcome you to my path of ash. This is a place where titans of celestial fortitude clash. Life can be taken away in a secondary flash. Seconds, hours, and minutes off of children's lives. These are the sort of vibes that no one survives. Why would I act as if your actions were a surprise? Fraudulence committed in the dark will be brought to the light of human eyes. How can you crave attention but let it be what you despise? Overwhelming odds wouldn't stop me from electrocuting followers and flies. My literal purpose is to intellectually galvanize. Broken, dirty, and isolated. My portions of the non-existent construct known as time were wasted. My peace of mind was violated. Your 80-pound lies are the reason that I'm elated. My levels of ascension are far too elevated for weak minds to comprehend. Childhood trauma may have given us all scars to mend, but I'll be damned if I let it make me fall or bend. Misery is not a trend. Suffering knows no end, but your fraudulent ways can put you on the wrong end. I went after niggas, friends, and family. You new kids on the block just play and pretend. I see you for what you are, I can see through you. You ain't nothing but another ignorant fraud, a bigger bitch than your broad. You are one-track minded and disturbingly flawed. How could you ever stand proud and hope for applause? I refuse to match the energy of your fool's cause, reaching deep into the souls of people who don't have that sort of spirit to offer in the first place. Fuck that pussy shit, there are no rules in exposing your claws. Yo, welcome to my place of ash. Spread the ashes properly when I'm done. Spread the ashes properly when I'm gone.
Shake that body, party that body.
Put the needle on the record. This ain't radio play. Put your hoods on, nigga, and your black Tim's. Fuck it, even your chain. Yo, I shan't clash with the ignorant man's aftermath. A broken, befuddled state nobody could anticipate. Why am I the one whom you choose to lambast and berate? I shall never be belittled by the words of a weak mind. You cannot embarrass the psychological master on a grind, the likes of which you could never find within. I show no love for your witness grin. You are nothing more than a cautionary tale of unknowing. Empathy there will be no showing. We close at 10 and I can see you holding. Your consciousness is eroding, while your air-free firewall receives an overdue decoding. Do you know what happens when you permanently run out of certainty? Nothing they say could ever make you believe. I see no need for conflict without resolution. What is that if nothing more than a child's dream? A fantasy of entropy, chaotic energy, and nothing but chaos to enter me into a state of no return. Love lost through the coldest burn. We can be together when your oldest turns. How could anyone ever say that it shows no concerns? I'm not like the rest of you. I'm not like the rest of you. Like the rest of you, I am not limited by your world. Limited by your world. I am not limited by your world. I am not limited by your world. I am not like the rest of you. I have the ability to make you copy my abilities. I can shatter your foundation of stability. I'm an original titan with heightened agility. A threat? Y'all are killing me. I do this with ingenuity and perpetuity to do away with your infinitesimal minded scrutiny. I could give a fuck about your personal ambiguity. Doubt yourself all you want, but don't you ever project your limitations onto me. I was an entire planet before I became a beast. This industry needs a righteous sacrificial feast. My eyes and I can see them coming towards me still. Every single one of them. Yo, it kills me ill. Yo, Eric, I miss you, my brother. You're dead and gone now. What a get back, Tucker. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I appreciate the applause.
applause. Thank you for listening. We appreciate y'all coming out tonight.
And the crowd goes wild. Yo, listen. Through blockheaded basics, I've seen you play victim, a slave to your past actions for the way you used to play tricks. You left a forever opening rift in this relationship. I took a hit when you shot from the hip, and now that the celestial scales have begun to tip, I can loosen my psychological grip over the content of your lips. Your act was scripted with flips and bits. I began to slip into miserable pits. My addictions were about as bad as it gets. I told my troops that I was attacking before the first enemy spits, but they turned out to be no threat. Malfunctioning radar blips. Yo, listen. He's gonna do whatever he came to do. Come and rock with me for a moment. Yo, when I'm moving as JB smooth as I can. Oops, I meant when I'm moving as adjacently smooth as I can. I always fought for my life, I never ran. I put that on my principles as a man. Life used to be simple like ads of ants, but my energy was made to gallivant. Rock with the block of the optional plots. This is what you call phonetic grimy, so let's give it a shot. I was supposed to cover this slot, but I thought it would be better with a different spot. So 4 bars later, I'm screaming, give me all of the money you've got. Listen, yo. And there he comes up to the top turnbuckle, and he may just go all the way. Oh my God, rock splash, rock splash. Police not happy about that one. Dirty Pete walks away with another win. I'll get you, Spider-Man. So now the last son of Krypton has returned, having learned a lesson from these broads. They just pop jaws while you defy the odds in order to leave them in shock and awe. It's egregious, they do it even when your very presence remains prestigious. I proceeded to feed them for 7 seasons whilst I was barely breathing. I suppose sleep was well needed. My childhood trauma scars have healed and been treated. You could say it's history repeated. I cannot be so easily defeated. I'm that next level sensation that you ain't never felt. The champion MC has left the building and he's off into the sunset. So I think it's time we retire the belt.
Right where you wanna be, right where you wanna be. I know that it haunted me and now it's letting me go. Maybe that's my path to ascension, it's not ego. Maybe that's my path to ascension, whatever it was.
Blatant misconceptions of hatred. How can you be celebrated when you are berated? Lambasted for a lack of action. No emotion to show in the face of death. Openly broken and tortured until your very last breath. You could never be seen as an intellectual threat. The last step of your recovery process is regret. I know you were hoping for me to accept your psychological defects. Your mind is littered with methodical disconnects. So what's next? If you fret for your neck, you shouldn't concern yourself with something that you cannot protect. I was meant to spark the eternal reset.
You try to turn on me and walk away from me, that's never gonna happen.
Yo, ambiguity shan't have its way with me. Mental impaction caused by infernal scrutiny and a wave of grief. There shall be no relief for your pain. Now it's my turn to laugh at your cries in the rain. I will see to your demise within the pits of rising flame. The very mechanics of these advanced ideas are for which you should aim. 32 years of hatred with no gain. I'm not a fan of your alternative energy. Fuck propane. Enough of this blackness. It's time for a new strain. Some new shoes and my dead father's gold chain. I wonder who they chose to lose when they were sold fame. I swear to remain the ceremonial master with no shame. I tried to tell you that they turned tail and ran when the cold came. Sleeveless emotions don't fold the same. I think I fell out of love with the bigger picture. No frame! So here I am once again right where I shouldn't be. About to lose my life thinking about how some of you have been so good to me. And how when you hear the news, your reaction is, oh no, it just couldn't be. Oh please, but it can't. And by the time that acceptance rolls around, you let go of what you found, pretending to the power of my energy. I'm gone, let me go, because my strength is yours now. Your agony can flow and extend beyond the celestial bound. I will still feel you through the ethereal barrier. However, I've repeatedly evaded death despite my intention, and suffering for what I should have done may not seem fair, but perhaps that's just my path to ascension.
Sometimes I just gotta talk to you. And when everything goes dark, I am left with the ashes of my actions. On my path to ascension. On my path to ascension. I am left with the ashes of my actions. On my path to ascension. On my path to ascension. I am left with the ashes of my actions. Come on, rock with the dead tonight. Rock with the dead tonight. Rock with the dead tonight.
Yo.
Listen.
Passion has no place in the land of weak-minded slander. And although the fraudulent infinitesimal minds of defamation love to pander, their intentions remain as mysterious as a panther, conscience-eating life lost, providing no answer. I wish I could still watch horror movies and eat Little Caesar's pizza inside of my grandfather's camper. A lack of light gives you no right to tamper with the lives of those who you claim to love. I created a garden of sound to help you rise above. How could you assume that your ignorance would provide enough? I know the path was tough, treacherous and rough, but I refuse to support the trend of a stupid young buck. Too many gimmicks and no focus. That's like Ascension with no lotus. My posse of talented clowns move around with more than just your Halloween hocus pocus. You thought it was all green tea and black roses. Why do you continue to increase your dosage, changing the chemistry and the number of doses? Ah, fuck it, it's hopeless. I suppose you assume no one would notice. The stench of your weakness is so potent. My divine energy couldn't be outvoted. My nemesis wouldn't dare enter this in insolence. He already had to witness the righteous penmanship of a disturbing gentleman. Y'all are always trying to figure out what I'm talking about on most of my songs, so I'll put it like this. I spit about axiom and where it belongs. My life and the memories of the lost. That thug shit comes at a really high cost. A lifetime of forgiveness cannot thaw that sort of psychological frost. Iced over with no comforting thoughts. You continue to reawaken slumbering flaws. A direct result of the ashes caused by your burning claws. It was like you slapped your best friend in the face with Doberman paws. He was supposed to be more than one of your dogs, but I get it, you are no more than a fraud. Honestly, that level of deception is something that I must applaud. And I mean, hey, what more can you expect from someone so flawed?
You ain't nothing but a fraud. And so
I don't really get it, I ain't really with it. All of your intentions, they remain wicked. That's an addiction, I need you to kick it. Otherwise, you know where to stick it. So flawed. Ash. Stop me now.
Yeah, it's okay for macho men to show every emotion available right there, you know, because I've cried 1,000 times, I'm gonna cry some more. But I've soared with the eagles and I've slithered with the snakes and I've been everywhere in between. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. There's one guarantee in life, and that there are no guarantees, yeah. And I understand this. Yeah. Nobody likes a quitter. Nobody said life was easy, so if you get knocked down, take the standing 8 count, get back up, and fight again.
He's using this right here. From the diaphragm. Candle wax wax on a dirty cohiba. Beef with a flag switch with the mind of an amoeba. Amnesia will not give Alicia any reason to relate to that bitter woman who has alopecia. Eureka! Those bitches suffer from a lack of flavor. No paprika. Backtrack back through a black past. I found death at long last. What if I let my life end with a slow blast? I am the outdated castaway who became the outcast. Suffering in agony, misconceptions and tragedy. Anguish fueled by mental atrophy. How was I supposed to twist the night passively? Defamation hindering any sense of satisfactory. A perambulation of xenization is what it had to be. I refuse to support any totalitarian's pageantry. Yo, a lack of intellect and intelligence is no excuse for your fraudulent ways. A state of panic cannot help you manifest any level of stability before it decays. You are going to end up rerunning a life of soul-sucking relays and fuck every single version of your new waves. Backslap a book bag carrying kid with a fresh cap, jacket's fitted hat, taking the lids, have it turned into a snap and never give it back. Then when you see that new student, you can rub it in his face and hurt his feelings while you beat his ass. Call him stupid, say he won't do shit. Oh, by the way, whenever he chooses to get revenge, you should be ready. Yeah, just be strapped, because I heard he's getting lead from Eddie. He might try to see you off to the ethereal Serengeti. Anyway, I just thought I'd offer a bit of advice before tomorrow night. There's gonna be red confetti. There can be no payback when the cash is petty. Survival, not a chance in hell. Bouncing Betty!
Yo, these are the ashes of my actions, yo. There's no way to change my ways for what I've done.
15,000 ancestors illuminating the way. Pain has its own path, whether or not you can find it. No hints of happiness. I see total darkness with no light. I begin to emit my source of frequencies from within. An energetic centering finds me in a place of blissful indignation. I will make you fold through hourly alliteration. Witness the power of prestidigitation. Our people need rest and vegetation. How did we become the guest of our own nation? Honestly, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm set and ready to go to war with every generation.
What it is. And may I suffer from the ashes of my actions I burn. Under the ashes of my actions I burn. Under the ashes of my actions I burn. Under the ashes of my actions I burn.
Under the ashes of my actions I burn.
Through the ashes of my actions I frantically clawed. Through the ashes of my actions I frantically clawed.
Okay, I'm so comedic, don't forget it, my soul's kinetic. You are pathetic, I'm hermetic, and I won't regret it. Fuck around and make me work this edit with an empty debit. Got y'all talking like, can't believe he said it. Wretched, infected, begging for bread. Never resurrected, no energy detected, and there's a parasite in your head. It's like body horror, amalgamation. Truly torture, no explanation. I guess there really is no time to die until I kill myself. I'm the bad guy like a dead version of Billie Eilish. Fuck around and find out what happens if you try to deny my wish. I'm the so-called bully, Jimmy Hopkins busting up a satellite dish. Infinitesimal-minded frauds, your fraudulent elocution will not even the odds. You will be beaten and defeated to the sound of hometown applause. I suppose I should be appalled at someone so flawed, but around here trust has already been outlawed. Through the ashes of my actions I frantically clawed. I completely obliterated your ideas of a god. The broken-hearted display of my misery, wearing life on my face with no mystery. You motherfuckers are gonna make me go missing, B. You bitches are forever slow dissing me, because you hate on my ability to expose injuries. All behold a land of no sympathy. I'm a man of true ascension with no empathy. Witness my celestial centering, a state you cannot comprehend entering. I'm back from the land of the withering. The things you did could not properly astonish. Modern day Adonis, proverbial asteroids and psychological comets, haunted by what you always wanted. Obsessed with self and delusionally flaunted. Your personality was toxic like biological atomics, radioactive negativity and psychotic sonnets. You betrayed me while I was taunted. Don't be modest, your intention was to hinder my progress. A friend turned enemy over some stranger's comments. You broke your promise, and to be honest, you can just kneel before me, the almighty Dragonis.
It's me, I did it all. It was me, I did it all. The almighty Dragonis, the
I will destroy you, you waste of a soul-shaped hole forgotten by whatever you believe to be a god.
I ain't like the rest of you. I once wasn't like you. I once wasn't like you. I once was just like you.
I've lived 27 lives in 24 hours. How could you think I wanted to abscond with your powers? The ashes of my actions left me to scour, roaming the earth, searching for the last remnants of a flavor that's naturally gone sour. I ascended and found strength in the alliteration hour. Fuck your infinitesimal minded ignorance. By storm, we are taking the tower. You can just sit in the corner and cower. In fear, do what you've always done. Die 1,000 deaths every day as you continue to turn and run. Then you have the audacity to audibly project your fraudulent illocution. Oh, you got passion for this pussy shit. And yet confusion is all that you're foolishly boosting. Digging through the ash of a black past, making yourself look stupid. If you have true pain, then let me show you how to use it. My boy Q just died. They let his lungs fill with fluid. I'm fucking tired of losing those that I grew with. Roses dance around through my nightmares of dead friends. I made a tribute to them in the form of 2 sounds of movement, showing how I miss Rebecca like I'm supposed to prove it.
Who I am, you don't know where I've been. Fuck! You got me fucked up!
You got me fucked up. Ash. I love when we spoke openly with each other over the mic. Your presence used to float and go over me within the silence of night. Bad bitch from a decent home, on the block every day, but she was keeping it tight. Maybe she was the very serenity, giving me energy back when I manifested this light. It was more than a human's plight. The 2-legged blight was given the power to take flight. Memories of a black past on a dark night. Maybe it's my fault that we could have started off right.
Ashes of my actions I burn. Ashes of my actions I burn. For the 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 ashes of my actions I burn.
That boy Daniel caught a case with a young bitch. The reason he gave was such a dumb pitch, he blamed it on a lack of education or some shit. More like he was unable to grow out of bad habits. He spent his life inside of so many sad rabbits, something he saw his dad practice. Yo B, that's mad tragic. He was a stupid motherfucker who couldn't see through TV static. Now he spends his days casting out a fool's adjudication. Elementary school couldn't expand his vocabulary or save his generation. He shouldn't need college for axiom or giving his pathetic lifestyle an explanation. Maybe those dismissive tendencies deserve more exploration.
Through the ashes of your actions, you will burn. Through the ashes of your actions, you will burn. Through the ashes of your actions, you will burn. Through the ashes of my actions, I will burn.
I've been known by many a moniker all over the world. I'm sorry, all over the country.
From the ashes of my actions, I burn.
Live and let them die. 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 Through the ashes of my actions, I
These are the ashes of my actions, yes, I burn.
Y'all may be outdated, but never outmaneuvered. It's outrageous how many of you are new here. I welcome you all to the epitome of what a nigga's gotta do is whatever a nigga's gotta do to make it to any bit of money that can institute a change. Filling the family's fat pockets of big bills and no change. Watching my friends die in front of me turn my energy into something I didn't wanna be. Honestly, it ominously haunted me.
This is what we do to
of a black past, I was outcast. I'm the Sultan of Serenity. There will be no tolerance for divinity. Everybody prepare to witness celestial fortitude through energetic centering. Our people were ruling the planet for over 700,000 years, but some of them don't want to understand it or open their ears. And now I know they will be the weakest of infinitesimal-minded peers.
Ashes of my actions, I burn.